Hey.
Hey.
So yeah, how is Neuro Pride Festival? I'm Daniella Bella of Neuro Pride, as Keir said, and I was one of our organizers for the Scrap the Green paper campaign. Um, I thought I would uh, give you a little insight into the way that intersectionality played into the campaign and how thankfully successful it was. I'm gonna kind of go over, I'm gonna be mentioning means testing, discrimination, a bit about abuse, trauma, racism, queerphobia, sexism, and workers' rights, just to let you know. Um, so when Neuro Pride, Disabled Women Ireland, and Disability Power first came together to plan a protest opposing the Green Paper on disability reform, none of us imagined that we could really defeat it. When we, along with Access for All and Margaret Kennedy, came up with the term scrap the green paper, we never knew that it would be spoken in the Oireachtas, let alone by a Taoiseach who we brought to our side on the issue. When Chronic Collective joined us and we organised our second protest on O'Connell Street, we had no idea that disabled rights would capture this much public support. Disabled people are often isolated by government policies where we have to fear participation in the world in case we lose our hard-won and much-needed supports. But when we are able to come together to see each other, to hold responsibility in disabled persons' organizations, even if we can't get paid for it or collect money for that, we are able to see how powerful we really are. This power contrasted with the image of disabled people that the media and Irish government push. They would have you believe that we are weak, pitiable, and incapable of achieving a basic standard of living, but together we fought for a better future. For the first time in our memories, DPOs, service providers, and carers fought side by side for disabled rights. We saw how much we have to gain from working together through differences and by meeting each other's needs as best we can. Scrap had people of so many different disabilities involved in various roles, but it was important to us as a cross-generational, multi-gender, multi-sexuality, multi-racial, and non-partisan movement that we work to keep each other safe, as well as anybody who might decide to join us. Solidarity was core to our campaign, from the LGBTQIA plus community, like supporting organizations Bibles Ireland or Wexford Pride, student unions like TCDSU and USI, feminists like Rosa, abled people, workers, artists like the Project Arts Centre. We aim to make sure our movement stayed welcoming and inclusive, and it allowed us to build a popular front against it. Nobody will ever get it perfect. We didn't, but we know the principle is one we must always strive for in each of our organizations. We must pay attention to how our struggles are connected to each other, like how ableism, taking bodily autonomy away from disabled people, was central to the transphobic CAS report in the UK, which is informing Irish policymakers now. We believe that as we build the disabled movement to defeat travesties like means testing, and if we are to make disability payments universal and inclusive, then we are going to have to elevate each other and refuse to waver on our co-strugglers' rights. We need feminists with us who know that means testing leads to and makes worse domestic abuse. We need workers with us who know that there needs to be a floor through which nobody can fall if we are to become if they become unable to work, so that no worker needs to stay in their job beyond safe limits. We need racial justice advocates with us who know racism in medicine, social protection, and society in general can leave people of color and minority ethnic peoples like Minkeri and Romani with unsupported impairments and trauma. We need LGBTQIA plus people with us who know that being disabled is much more likely for the queer community due to minority stress, the overlap of neurodivergencies and impairments with queerness, as well as trauma. We need refugees with us who often need care for disabilities acquired or untreated while escaping their countries of origin or gained from direct provision, abuse, and deprivation. We need everyone. And the only way we can do that is by making sure that our comfort, freedom, and safety never comes at the cost of someone else's, that we show up to each other's protests, that we do all we can to see each other's humanity. I am so proud of our disabled community made up of so many other communities. I'm proud of every single one of us. Thank you. And N means testing, trans and intersex women deserve to be in sports and free Palestine.